Just wanted to talk for a minute about support for Israel and what is being completely misconstrued in this whole argument and debate. So Netanyahu is an authoritarian leader. He's very aggressive, bloodthirsty tendencies. A lot of people in Israel are not at all happy. They want new elections. They want the ceasefire maintained. They want the remaining hostages back. So really, to say that you cannot support Israel if you don't support Netanyahu would be the same thing as saying you can't be for America unless you're also for Trump. Imagine if the tables were turned and we were in a weaker situation and Donald Trump became dictatorial and we were attacked in some kind of way. Who knows? But then he just went on this thing where we're just going to kill everybody, over there. Or the other way around, they're going to come here and kill everybody in their fight against, say they're more powerful in their fight against us because he did that, and that's the retaliation. And we're all just, collateral damage of that, and that's how it works. So you can be anti-genocide and also supportive of Israel. I've always been supportive of Israel. I've never been supportive of Netanyahu. And there's huge protests in his streets because they don't like his overreach. Right now he's moving to remove their attorney general and replace her with a loyalist. Does that sound familiar? And they've just had huge protest, and we just need to think deeper about that because yes, Gaza is Hamas controlled and Hamas are definitely terrorists. There's nothing good about Hamas. But the people that are living their lives there, and if you look at you can look at this place on a map. They're really trapped there. There's the ocean, there's Israel, like they're on kind of they're basically in a prison of a small area. And that's where you're born. That's where you live your life. That's no reason why young children and babies who have been targeted. I've listened to interviews from doctors from various places who, one just broke down in tears about the small drone strikes that are so specific that exactly because they're person by person and how many children he sees that had been killed or maimed by those. So you can be completely against this action against these people, and you can be completely against Hamas and want that eradicated, and you can be completely for Israel and against Netanyahu and his tactics. These things are not mutually exclusive, and I just think that we should give that more thought because there are a lot of innocent people, and it is, what they did on October 7th was horrible and needed to be acted upon. But at what point is enough where you get in there and you really look specifically, the place is in a shambles for these people who remain in control, who controlled the elections, who controlled everything. People, it's not like they have a choice about who their leader is. And, when you're at like 50,000 dead people, which are mostly women and children, when is it enough? So I just think people need to think a little bit harder about that and think, we're fortunate that we haven't been in such a situation, but put yourself there as a young mother, holding one kid here and one by the hand, and, she's just in that situation, and I just can't get those images out of my mind. So just think about that. They're not mutually exclusive. Being against this genocide does not mean you're also against Israel. It just means you're against Netanyahu's actions. You're still against Hamas, and there's another way to go about this than slaughtering and promoting the genocide of an entire nation of people.